So there's a short video today, so if you see the pause symbol, pause and go on to the next slide. If you hear growling in the background, that's my dog that refuses to stop playing while I'm recording. But pause, if you don't need to pause, go on to the rest of the presentation. Objective, the student will be able to distribute variables. This will be done through a presentation and classroom activity. So today is distribution of variables. Not too complex, just I use a pretty good method and then just think hand grenade, write that somewhere on your paper right now because it's going to come up in a few minutes, or hand grenade logic I might say. But it's something that I've seen that works repeatedly over and over and over to teach students this concept. Kind of add something to make it meaningful, but distribution. Before we go into distribution, because distribution, like I said, we're going to find out in minutes. I'm going to call it hand grenade, but it's actually multiplication. But first I want you to think about bunkers. So think of a bunker. Well, if you don't know what a bunker is, I'm going to give you some pictures of bunkers that I took off the internet. So I probably have a copy infringement here somewhere. But those are bunkers. They're usually seen in wars to protect people. Then we have like our zombie bunker on the bottom left, or underground bunker. More we think of bunkers because the apocalypse people. But before we start now, before we start again, now I want you to think of hand grenades. This is what I was talking about a minute ago. Oh no, before we think of hand grenades. Guys, remember, negative times a negative is positive. Positive times a negative equals a negative. Positive times a positive equals a positive. So I've gone over this a few times. Make sure that's on your paper. Now think about hand grenade. So, Mr. Beuthin, this is a class in school, and that's not appropriate to think about hand grenades. Well, you're going to find out why in a minute. So, this guy's going to war. So he goes, and here's the little hill, and we have a bunker on top of it. A bunker is going to be our parentheses. So this guy has to go, and we have a bunker on top of the hill. The bunker is the parentheses. The guy pulls up in his truck. Yay! The truck pulls up. The military soldier hops out, and he runs over there. Then he runs up the hill. Now that he's up the hill, he's going to have to go and kill the people inside the bunker. So he takes his hand grenade and throws it over the wall. Boom! Gets rid of the first person. So now he's going to take a second hand grenade and wait for it. Boom! And then he's going to get the second person. So if you notice, he threw his hand grenade over the wall because he had to get both people. So we're going to do it again. But now the person stands for 5. So the person, now who's 5, takes his grenade and throws it over the wall. Boom! 5 times 5 is 25. Or 25x, because there's an x next to it. He throws it over the next side. Boom! 5 times 3 is 15. So 25x plus 15. That's all you do. All we're doing is multiplying, but you got to multiply it by both numbers. So 5 times 5x is 25x. 5 times 3 is 15. So that's it. That's all distribution is. So we're going to do it again on this one. So this one we're going to take 4 times 2x. So 4 times 2 is 8. We put the x behind it. So that's going to be 8x. Now this time this is where you got to worry about that negative. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Because remember, a negative times a positive equals a negative. So that's where that comes in play. So I know I went quick with that, but if you need to go back and review part of it, go back to it, because in a minute we're going to do our activity where you guys can see if you understood it or if you didn't understand it, because you have your little questions. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. Do the 6 questions. If you get them wrong, go back or just ask me in class tomorrow, hey, Mr. Beuthin, this doesn't make sense. Can you go over with me? So I'll be quiet, pause it, unpause it when you're done to see the answers. So there's the answers, you guys. So if you remember that we're going to go and when you distribute, like the first one, 25 plus 5 is 15. 25 plus x plus 15. That's the answer. We just leave it like that. That's all we do. So recap. So first I wanted you to think of bunkers. Then I wanted you to think about hand grenades, and then hand grenades meeting bunkers. So if you ever hear me say hand grenade or hand grenade logic or something along those lines, that's what I'm trying to say. Distribution. There's a fancy little formula that goes along with this that actually says A the quantity of B plus C equals AB plus AC. I don't like that stuff. That's the stuff that they would teach you in the other classes. But just think hand grenades. You're distributing. You're multiplying across the parentheses or the quantity of. So again, I spoke really, really weird for a minute. Whoa, that was really weird. Not what Mr. Beuthin usually talks about, but that's what you actually should be learning. But the objective, the student will be able to distribute with variables. This will be done through a presentation and classroom activity. Nice short video. Hopefully you guys got it. If you didn't, talk to me in class tomorrow and I'll help you.